Hi there, and welcome to the Who Art Thou podcast, a podcast featuring Brisbane creatives doing their local thing. So today we're talking to Vivian, Nia, and Ellen, and they're from the dance group. So who are you guys? What are you guys organising?
So we are the Dance Flash Mob organization group. Yeah, and so basically we want to organize a flash mob. And which is about a group of people gathered together and doing some actions. Yeah, suddenly and then vanish.
I love the air of mystery. So who have you got with you who's going to do the dance?
So we like search on Facebook, like typing like dance crew or K-pop dance crew, any kind of dance crew, and we start like annoying them. Like, hi, we're a QT students and we want to do assessment. Can you guys be our dance crew? Yeah, so we find them because they are the only dance crew who care about us. Yeah, we want to do this because most of the dance crew, they just ignore our message. Or they just disappear.
They're a bit too cool.
Yeah.
These guys are just
These
cool enough.
These are the best. These are the best.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. Are you guys really passionate about like K-pop dancing or just dancing?
Dancing, any kind of dance. Yeah,
that's good.
And you guys are just along for the ride. No, but that's good. Oh dear. So if people wanted to get involved with this, how could they sort of jump in? Is there a certain location they should go to, or any support they can throw your way?
Actually, we want to find the venue, maybe just like the public domain because it has a bunch of people and we can easier to target them. But we didn't get that, so we found a market. Yeah, weekly, and people, especially families, they want to go to the market with their children, and we think it's very easy for us. And then we just apply a market and try to get them because it's a surprising event. And when we hold that, the people maybe, oh, what's that? Surprising. And then they will stop their steps, maybe watching or take the phone recording. Yeah, that's what we want to get. Yeah.
So, like enliven the space.
Yeah, just like in the weekend, enjoy everything and watching the show.
Yeah. Do you have like a film crew who are gonna, or do you have anyone who's gonna record it for you?
Yeah, we have a cameraman, but also the dance crew will over one, so many.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so if someone wanted to walk by and go to this market, where should they go, what time, and when? Yeah.
The market is close to our QT Garden Point campus, and is on the weekend to afternoon.
So about 2-ish?
Yeah,
maybe around 2 o'clock.
Yeah. And the date?
October 14th.
October 14th.
Yeah.
At around 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
At a market near QT.
Yeah, please guys.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Please head down to the QT markets on October the 14th for an amazing flash group. Thank you guys so much for coming and having a little interview with us today. And we wish you luck with your creative enterprises.
Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, welcome to the Who Art Thou podcast. I'm Fionn, and with me today are DB Dace Crew. Could you introduce yourself to our audience?
Hello, I'm Anita. I'm the active leader of DB Dance.
I'm one of the members in DB Dance. I'm Vivian.
And I'm Mickey. I'm also just part of the crew.
Thank you for coming. I know DB Dance is a K-pop dance group based in Brisbane. So can you tell me more about your team and how you start the group?
So we all met each other in different ways, but our common theme has been our leader, Anita. So she met us through different ways and just recruited us into the team. And then we decided we'd make a Not Today cover just because Anita wanted to, and then after that we all got along really well and decided, hey, let's make this an actual group. And that's when we started DB Dance.
It's so cool. I think it's really good for people who have the same hobby and gather together. So, because I heard recently that you're gonna do a flash mob performance in the city. So, flash mob, I heard that it's not really common in Brisbane, in Australia. So, could you tell me more about what this culture is and where is it from?
So it's interesting that you say that it's not common in Brisbane, because I actually used to be part of the very original K-pop flash mob group that was in Brisbane.
Really?
This would have been 6 or 7 years ago. In terms of the flash mob culture itself, to be honest, I don't know the true origins. Probably somewhere in the USA they started the big mob of people, but here we do like the dance flash mobs. So in that original group, they actually did do one on Brisbane Queen Street where they started with one person and they added more, and they had the big group of people that came out of nowhere. I think nowadays it's less common because there are a few more strict regulations, like the music and, obstructing public areas. I think you do have to apply in advance if you're planning a flash mob, public liability insurance, that sort of thing, because if someone gets hurt while you're doing a flash mob, you can be held liable. So I think people are just more careful, and it does take a bit of organizing, and also, putting music in a big area, having it audible, just normal speakers isn't that easy to use as well. But yeah, it's not popular at the moment.
And maybe popular in the future.
Yeah, potentially. I think there was a big craze where everyone was doing it for a while, and now they've sort of shifted to doing in terms of K-pop cover dancing, they're doing the K-pop covers in public instead of the flash mobs. Yeah, so it's kind of just like a different trend nowadays.
Yeah, because I think K-pop culture has become more popular in Western countries, so flash mob may be more and more popular and common in Brisbane. And I heard that you have lots of show before. Could you tell me more about when you practice during your rehearsal? Is there something immersive or memorable that happens that you want to share with us?
Yeah, so just recently we recorded a new cover. We decided to have it set in Gold Coast on the beach, but we failed to remember that the sun exists in Australia and it gets really hot, and we decided to get a bunch of tents to make sure that we're protected. And unfortunately, a lot of our members got very sunburnt after that, because after you're dancing under the sun for about 6 hours, you're gonna literally burn.
To be fair though, we did wear a lot of sunscreen.
Yeah.
The sun's just really intense in Australia.
Yeah,
Just
we
lack of ozone layer. To be honest.
we brought like a liter of sunscreen and had a lot of free applications, but even so, we still got burnt like crazy. And also it was super hard because dancing on the sand is 1,000 times harder than dancing on normal flat ground.
Yeah.
So we were very sore after. And then
Yeah, there's a lot of things here you just don't think about until you actually do it. Like dancing on the sand was quite hard for the girls. I wasn't dancing, but essentially your feet just keep slipping. So it's just watching them struggle a little bit and still trying to look pretty and keep their facials, whereas internally I think they're all
just hide away. And
Yeah, once the camera's off, they're just like... But once the camera's on, they all look, beautiful.
But the setting was beautiful, so it was worth it,
Yeah.
I suppose the final result may be really good because the view is it's pretty.
Yeah, I think behind the scenes,
even it's really tough.
There's a lot of things you don't see.
Yeah.
But the video just looks nice.
Yeah.
And Sydney?
So I guess other memorable things. We did go to Sydney to compete in the K-pop World Festival earlier this year. That was also quite memorable in that was our first interstate competition. We didn't place, of course, because all the crews were really talented and they're really high-level K-pop dance cover crews. But even to get into that round, I think was really exciting for us.
Especially because we're a very new group. We're barely a year old, so.
Yeah, just over a year now, I think. And just prepping for that performance, we trained really hard and caught a lot of details, or as many as we could. In terms of things that we wouldn't expect, I think one of the things that did that was interesting at Sydney was like the floor was quite slippery,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not really something you think about until you're there as well. Like same with Gold Coast, you don't think about the sand, and the floor.
That's true.
So same when we were competing, it was like, oh, it's quite slippery, so we had to pull back our moves. And there are other crews who are like dancing in heels as well. One of the tricks we saw them do is like they actually put hairspray on the bottom of their heels so they have more friction. But after everyone came off, they're just like, guys, look, it's really slippery, so just be careful. But yeah, that's just some things you experience when you're.
Yeah, I think being a dancer, you're really passionate to do these things, but also you need to pay a lot of effort into it. So I know some dancer, they do really real job and they do lots of shows, but the scene behind it is really tough. They pay a lot of time and effort and sweat a lot. Yeah, so I think
It's also a challenge getting 9 people to meet up every week just for rehearsals. To answer your question before, how often do we practice? Generally for any show, we practice about a month or more, minimum a month for any routine. So
for a show.
Yeah, for a show. And to get 9 people all together who have full-time jobs, full-time students, we have med students, dentistry students. It's
But when people gather together, it's really like a family.
Yeah, we're really like a family. We all enjoy each other's company. And Anita's takes us out, pays for our dinners.
She's the mother of DB.
Yeah, she's a mother, a leader.
Without her, we're like nothing.
But I found really good members. I think I'm really lucky in
have
that
a good leader.
aspect. Yeah. And we do things like a family. Like we celebrate each other's birthdays. We do go out for dinner and we celebrate after performances. We do things besides just rehearsal. And I think one of my close friends, she's also in a dance group, she says something that sticks with me. It's like all dance groups who stay together, they do other things besides rehearse together. And I know that's something that we do. And we just like each other's company. And for example, our Facebook chat, it just goes off every day. There's hundreds of messages. So if you don't keep up,
Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, oh no, this is going to take me half an hour to go through.
Yeah, but I love it. I mean, it just shows that we actually connect on more. We're not just there to rehearse and dance and achieve a performance. We're actually here because we all enjoy it and we enjoy each other's company.
And we play board games and things like that.
Yeah, we do other things.
Sounds exciting. Make me want to join. All right. So Zane, thank you so much for coming today, and we hope to see your future performance in more places. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Facebook and Instagram.